So this way it'll be this will be available for you to we'll send out the link afterwards to review. And so it's just an engaging class. It's not a video you're going to be watching. Yossi is going to keep you on your toes. He's going to be asking questions. So this is going to be something very special. I myself, I'll be totally tuned in. I want to learn how to use Chat GPT myself. So floor is yours, Yossi.
Oh, thank you for having me. So if you guys are just tuning in right now, this is the CHYE seminar about how to use Chat GPT and AI for your business, for your personal life, in your roles, in anything that you want to create. Quick history about Chat GPT. Chat GPT came out, 3.5 came out November of 2022. So it's very recent when people started using it. And believe it or not, ChatGPT was the fastest growing piece of software that ever happened. Netflix took 3.5 years to get to 1 million users. And we don't talk about Netflix here, but Airbnb also 3.5 years. But ChatGPT took 5 days to get to 1 million users. And in 2 months, it had over 100 million users. Think about that as crazy, crazy speed in terms of growth. And it's because of what it can do for your business and for your life. It's extremely powerful. It's like
It's
the
also
internet came
free.
out. And there's a free version and there's a paid version. Initially, there was only a free version. Now there's a free version and a paid version, and there's the benefits. And I'm sure you guys are going to ask a lot of questions for it. But if you're just tuning in live right now, go ahead in the chat. Let us know where you're dialing in from, what city you're in, and let us know your LinkedIn URL. I'd love to see that information there. And also, how often do you use ChatGPT? Maybe it's never. Maybe it's once a week. Maybe it's once a month. Maybe I used it once. Maybe I'm not even sure how to access it. In the chat, let me know right now. And the more you engage with me, the more energetic this will be, the better our conversation will be. And I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into it. Gershon said I use it daily. I'm a daily user. By the way, Gershon, it was nice to see you the other day when I did the interview about Israel. Thank you for being so gracious and for texting me the videos and everything. Appreciate that.
Good to see you
Rebecca
again.
says, yeah, thank you. Rebecca says, I've tried ChatGPT a few times. Interesting. And anybody else have tried GPT? Let me know how often you've used it, what you've used it for. I use it every day, mostly to speed up content creation, Shmuley said. Awesome. Fiona said, starting to use it more now, weekly, and even more. So there's many different things that you can do with ChatGPT. And I'm going to give you a couple things right now. Then I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you those things and like how I do them. But number one is you could use it for brainstorming, coming up with ideas. So let's say Rabbi Wardy comes over to me and says, Joe, I need to figure out how to promote my next event. Rabbi Wardy, what's the next in-person event that you're going to be having? Do you have it off the top of your head?
In person in Crown Heights looks like February time.
So in February, you're going to have an event. You can be like, Joe, how do we promote our event in February? I'd be like, let's use ChatGPT and brainstorm some ideas of how to promote the event. Or you might say, I want to raise another $100,000 before the end of the year for my organization, CHYE. Let's brainstorm some ideas of how to raise that money. And the more information that you feed the AI, the better it's going to be, the smarter it's going to be. And you could also research. Let's say, for example, you want to research the top foundations that donate money to non-for-profits like CHYE. Maybe there's the Kellogg Foundation or the Ford Foundation, and they all have grants that they can give you like $1 million or $10 million or $100 million. So ChatGPT can help you research those foundations to figure out what are the best ones to reach out to. Then you can ask it to give you a strategy. So number 3 would be create a strategy. What's the plan to get the foundation to actually give you $1 million? Or what's the plan to be able to lose 100 pounds? Or what's the plan to be able to be happier? Or what's the plan to be able to become a rabbi, a successful rabbi, or a successful CEO, or a successful rapper, or whatever you want to do? You can create strategies to do whatever you want to accomplish in your life, and ChatGPT is there to assist you to do that. The next thing you can do is you can summarize content. So for example, right now we're creating content. All this could be typed up by AI, transcription. There's a tool called otter.ai. And then you can take that transcription, you can put it into ChatGPT, and it can make bullet points, summarize it, turn it into content, turn it into newsletters, turn it into emails, turn it into so many different things. You can summarize information very quickly. If you're having meetings, ChatGPT is really good at summarizing large pieces of information. Next thing you can do is you can create content. Someone here that says that he produces content every day with ChatGPT. You can create blog posts, articles, press releases, LinkedIn posts. There's so many things you can do with ChatGPT. And there's also a variety of plugins you can use as well together with ChatGPT to make ChatGPT work even better. You can create scripts. Let's say, for example, you need to create a video. Let's say Rabbi Wardy comes to me and says, Joe, I'd like to create a 1-minute video about CHYE. Can you help me write a script? I'll be like, I'm not going to help you write the script, but ChatGPT will. We'll go in there and say, make me a script. Or if he wants to do a campaign, an outbound campaign to raise money, we can create a cold calling script that people can use on the phone. Or if you're going to be having a very difficult conversation with your wife, you can have ChatGPT make you a script to have that conversation with your wife. So anything that you need to accomplish, you can actually create a script for that. The other thing you can do is you can create social media content calendars. If you're not sure what to post on social media and you want a content calendar for the next 7 days, you can ask ChatGPT to do that. You can also ask ChatGPT to write you emails, email templates, email newsletters, email automations, and it can create all those emails for you. And then finally, the 9th thing that I like to cover is doing it creatively. You can make rap songs, you could make poems, you can do Dvar Torahs. I actually did a Dvar Torah and shared it on LinkedIn about how LinkedIn, how the parsha of the week is related to my business. And you can actually do that every single week if you want. And it's really smart. Now, the issue is it sometimes makes it up. So it makes up things about the Torah that doesn't really exist. So you got to kind of review it with a rabbi or make sure that you know what the sources are because it's really good at lying and making things up. So very, very interesting. Which of the 9 things do you find the most interesting? Is it brainstorming, researching, strategy, summarizing, content? Which one of those 9 things is most interesting for you? Put that in the chat right now. Is it brainstorm, research? Is it strategy? Is it creating content? Is it creating scripts? Is it social media? Is it email? Is it creativity? Which one of those things really stands out for you as something that you really want to explore more and that you want to master and become better at? Go ahead, put that in the chat. I'm curious to know. I'm going to share my screen right now and share with you some of the things that you can do. Right now, I'm actually writing an article on LinkedIn, and the article is how to train AI to know who you are on LinkedIn. And as a matter of fact, this training right over here, it's called JSON, and ChatGPT really likes to read this type of thing. So name, John Doe, industry, cybersecurity, title, lead security analyst, company, cybersafe Inc., keywords, encryption, threat analysis, penetration testing, fields of expertise, AI ethics, achievements, skills, communication style, taboos. You see that? Hobbies, educational background, goals, content. If you train the AI with all this information about your business and you basically follow this format, and I'm going to be publishing this on LinkedIn shortly, if you train the AI on this, then the AI becomes a lot smarter. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you something crazy. I had AI write this. I didn't actually write this over here. I had AI write this, and I'm going to put it in my article and share it with the world. And that article is going to be seen by thousands of people. So what did I say? The first thing that I did was I gave it a prompt. I said, when training AI about who I am, what are the most important things to include in the persona? What format do you recommend we include it in? How long should it be? This is specialty AI training to reply to a LinkedIn post with a comment that should be personalized to sound like me. The AI I'm using is called Chat GPT, and I want you to train it with a persona. I will include my name, industry, keywords, and I'm wondering what type of background information I should include. Please be as helpful as possible and help me understand how to do this properly for the best results. Do you guys see that? So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy and paste some more information from here. Do you see that? I'm going to copy some more information from here. And I'm going to paste it like this. I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to just literally paste it right into LinkedIn. Let's break this down for you. Okay, so now I just pasted this right into LinkedIn. And so now it's going to say, training a model like ChatGPT with a persona allows you to give the model a specific background or personality to help it produce more contextually appropriate and personalized responses. For LinkedIn, a platform that emphasizes professional networking and personal brand, custom here's a comprehensive guide to create your persona with LinkedIn. And I'm going to say, by the way, you can then take this and put it into heavy AI that will work inside LinkedIn. Let's go. Here's a comprehensive list. Do you see the way I customized it a little bit with my own little line there? But most of the content is going to be created by Chat GPT. You see that? That was created by Chat GPT. So now I have this entire article over here that's created by Chat GPT for the most part, and I'm adding my little 2 cents. So you might be asking me, can I see your personal training for Joe Apfelbaum? Sure. Here it is. Okay, so now I'm going to go into ChatGPT and I'm going to copy and paste, say, please create a persona using the example above with all the suggestions about Joe Apfelbaum. And then I wrote a whole blurb. Joe Apfelbaum is the CEO of Ajax Union, B2B marketing agency that works with B2B companies to help them get an ROI with digital marketing. Joe is also the founder and CEO of Evergreen, a company that trains business professionals on how to leverage LinkedIn to book qualified conversations with the target market. Most recently, Joe created a software as an AI assistant for LinkedIn called Evie AI. It helps professionals draft intelligent comments in AI on LinkedIn, write posts, and direct message replies. Joe's an entrepreneur, marketing expert who loves to learn new skills and teach them to his clients. Joe studied to be a rabbi in Israel, and after getting ordained, he decided to go into business. His focus was technology and web development. He built hundreds of websites. You see that? I wrote all this. Now, after I wrote all this, I told it to put it into a format that makes sense. You see this? I told it to put it into a format that makes sense. So does this look familiar to you guys? Give me a yes in the comments if this looks familiar. Give me a yes if this looks familiar to you. Shmuley says, I feel like it isn't any good of them, mostly helping launching point. I don't see it can actually produce anything usable. It's not my experience yet, though I've been used the free version. Yes, using the free version is not the same as using the paid version, by the way, but I'm going to show you some things you can do with this. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind, Shmuley. And right now, this might be blowing your mind right now. So if it says mind blown, just write blown in the chat, B-L-W-N, B-L-O-W-N. But check this out. I'm going to copy this code right here, this JSON code. So I essentially just wrote a big blurb of content, and I told it to put it into this particular format. So now I'm going to take this format and put it into LinkedIn just like this to show people my own training that I'm using to train the AI. You see that? This is the actual JSON training that I use to train the AI with. I'm going to delete just like that. So name, Joe Apfelbaum, industry, digital marketing, title, company, keywords, professional interest. Do you see that? It basically has the whole thing organized like that so that anyone can use this to train their own AI by filling it on their own. Now, you can go and fill this on your own, or you can have the AI just create the whole JSON for you. You don't need to do it in JSON. You can do it in natural language, but if you do it in JSON, it's much more powerful. Now I'm also going to add taboos here. I'm going to do politics, because I don't like politics. I don't like talking about gossip. Lashon hara. And I don't really like talking about sports. Okay? I'm not into that. So those are my like taboo topics in my personality. I'm not going to talk about that stuff. But as you can see, these are the things that that are my goals. You see my goals over here. Content. So it added more things to it. So it didn't just give you the standard stuff, but it added even more. And it broke it down in more detail. So my values, my personal details, you see that? My mission, help 1 million people grow their business on LinkedIn using AI. Love that. Okay, so now I can train the AI to start doing really, really smart things for me because now I have this entire thing all organized like this. So every single time you open up a new Chat GPT, every single time you open up a new Chat GPT window, it's brand new from scratch. There's nothing there. It doesn't know anything about you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, create a story about Joe Apfelbaum and how he became a mentor to thousands of people on LinkedIn. Okay, here is some background info. Check this out. I'm going to give it some background info. I'm going to give it my little profile here. I'm going to press go. And now let's see what it writes. So it starts writing, in the vibrant heart of New York City, where stories emerge on every corner, the tale of Joe Apfelbaum stands out, not just for its brilliance, but for the impact on countless of professionals around the globe. It began in a tight-knit community on the Lower East Side. As a young boy, he watched his mother pour her heart into her business. But despite her tenacity, she struggled. Eventually, the closure of her enterprise ignited a flame in Joe, driving him to understand the power of strategy and the role it plays in business. Do you see that? Joe's journey from a young student of the Torah to digital marketing maven is nothing short of extraordinary. Aimed with the core values of creativity, curiosity, and levity, Joe became an expert in the realm of SEO and technology. But the meshing of his religious studies and business acumen gave him his unique perspective on connection and community. As he progressed in his career, Joe's genius in reverse engineering algorithms, ethically hacking systems became evident. Yet while technology and marketing were essential facets to his life, personal development remained his compass. Inspired by the likes of Tony Robbins, Dale Carnegie, and Jim Rohn, Joe embarked on a transformative journey, shedding staggering 100 pounds, which culminated in his enlightening book, High Energy Secrets. However, amid his accolades, do you guys see what happened over here? Is this cool or is this garbage? This is, for me, writing a story like this in literally 3 seconds from some training that I did is pretty damn cool. So write cool in the chat if you think this is cool. If it's garbage, just write garbage in the chat. This is trash. If you don't like it, write I don't like it. Make it more conversational. I can make it first person. Make the story first person and make it conversational, Spartan, and do not use any corporate jargon, because it tends to use a lot of corporate jargon. Okay, do you guys see that? I grew up on the Lower East Side watching my mom's business crumble. It hit hard. It lit a fire under me to figure out what was wrong. I studied to be a rabbi in Israel, yet, you heard right, but the call for tech world was too strong. Do you guys see this? Now what I'm going to do, can you tell this is Chat GPT? I grew up on the Lower East Side watching my mom's business crumble. It hit hard and it lit a fire under me to figure out what went wrong. Do you think that sounds like Chat GPT, Gershon? That does not sound like Chat GPT. Because what'd you say?
Yeah, that part doesn't.
That part doesn't. Now what I can even do is
The
I
first
can even
one did, maybe.
the first one because I didn't tell it what tone to use.
Yeah.
The second time I told it to use a tone. So it's important for you to give it a role, give it a tone. Now I'm going to say act as the president of the United States of America and give a talk about how Joe Apfelbaum is the best person to launch an AI software and keep it to 1 minute long. Okay? So you can be very creative. Ladies and gentlemen, in our nation's pursuit for innovation, a few individuals exemplify the American dream as brilliantly as Joe Apfelbaum. From the bustling streets of the Lower East Side to the pinnacle of the tech world, Joe's journey captures the essence of perseverance, creativity, and ingenuity. Now, what I can do is I can take this and actually find the voice of Obama or Trump or whoever you're a fan of, and I can actually have them say this. Do you want me to do it in the voice of Snoop Dogg? I can say act as Snoop Dogg and give a talk about how Joe Apfelbaum is the best person to create AI software and make it 1 minute long. And now it'll act like Snoop Dogg. Yo, 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 it's your boy Snoop, double OG. All right, listen up. So you guys can, this is highly trained on personalities. So you can say act like an accountant, act like a lawyer, act like a doctor, act like a rabbi, act like an old Yiddish lady, act like an old Yiddish lady from Europe. And kvetch about how amazing the AI class was that Joe Apfelbaum gave. All right, let's see if it can kvetch. Let's see if it can kvetch. Oy vey, have you heard about this Joe Apfelbaum fella? Let me tell you, Bubba, I took one of his AI classes. Who would have thought I, an old Yiddish lady, would ever be so involved in such a mishigas? But oy vey, God, it was something else. First, Do you guys see? Do you guys see what's going on over here? I can spend hours and hours and hours doing this because I understand this concept called prompt engineering. Now you might say, how is this going to help my business? How is it going to help my business? Remember, I gave you 9 different ways that it can help your business. It can give you 9 different ways. You can brainstorm. I can say, brainstorm 5 ideas for Joe Apfelbaum to talk to a group of Orthodox rabbis about how to grow their organization with LinkedIn and AI. Now, I misspelled LinkedIn. It doesn't matter. You could be an alternative, misspell everything. It's fine. It understands. Look at that. Traditional meets technological. Personalized outreach with AI. And then you can have it actually create the whole presentation for you. Now, what's an issue that you would want to solve in your business? Go ahead, tell me in the comments. What's an issue that you would want to solve in your business? Now, the tool that I created, do you guys want to see the tool that I created? Should I give you guys a little view? Because it does use Chat GPT in the background as the API. Just to give you guys an idea, just write yes in the chat if you want to see the tool I created, and I'll show you in real time how that tool works. I want to get at least a minion of yeses over here. Can we get at least a minion here? And I'm not talking about the minion from the Minions, the yellow minion. I actually bought one of those minions the other day. I bought a minion t-shirt because I needed a minion and there was no minions. I bought a minion t-shirt. I was in Orlando at a conference and didn't have a minion there. So I got a minion t-shirt instead. Zalman said yes. Shmuley said, well, we need a minion here. Can we have a minion? Yes. Women can also say yes. We can include women in this minion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 2 more yeses, and then we have a full house. Can we get another 2 yeses? Can 2 more? We need 2 volunteers. And the same person could say yes twice. We can consider the same person twice, especially if you have multiple personalities. Okay, fine. We got a minion. Thank you. Okay, let's go to eviai.com. So this is the tool that I built. So I didn't come up with the idea for this tool. I'm not going to take the credit because they say if you want Mashiach to come, you have to give credit to where credit's due. Is that right, Rabbi Shua Wordy? That's one of the reasons Mashiach will come, when you give credit to where... Who said that? Was it the Baal Shem Tov? Who said that?
Pirkei Avos.
Pirkei Avos, thank you. Oh my God, amazing. Thank you. So we even have a Dvar Torah here all set. So who came up with the idea for this tool? The answer is HaKadosh Baruch Hu through artificial intelligence. I was running in a beach in Mexico. I went to Mexico for a speaking engagement, and I was running on the beach. I like to run in the morning. So I'm running on the beach, and I'm talking to my AI assistant who types up things. I've been using for many years an AI assistant called Otter who types up everything I say. And the AI assistant is actually typing up everything I say right now. I'll show you guys in real time. If you go into my Otter account, you'll see in real time, this is for the women leaders group, but if I click on the home page over here and refresh, you're going to see that Otter is not only typing up everything, it's also taking screenshots of everything we're doing here in this conversation. So I'm talking to my tool and I'm having a conversation with it and telling it, hey, my name is Joe Apfelbaum. I'd really like to build a piece of software. I've been using AI. It's so amazing. I've been training people on how to use LinkedIn, and I've been really spending many, many hours on AI, and I don't know what to do. Do you see the way it's typing it all up here? And I don't know what to do. Can you give me some ideas? And it gave me this idea to create. It told me one of the biggest problems that your clients are having, from what I hear, is that they don't have time to comment and post on LinkedIn, right? Who has time to leave a comment on LinkedIn? So I decided I'm going to start this new tool, new technology. And it's going to be like a little pop-up that pops up on LinkedIn while you're using it. And then you can select your goal, your tone. Now we added persona as well. You press generate, and it'll regenerate comments, posts, recommendations, messages. It'll optimize your profile, and it'll allow you to send connection notes. Okay? So check this out. So I wrote up the idea, and I said, okay, can you tell me what the website will look like, what the features are going to be like, everything. Literally, asked it to tell me everything, and it created this whole idea for me. And so I went on LinkedIn, I started finding people, and I started asking them what they think about it. And 100 people said they would buy the tool before I decided to create it. So I said, okay, all right, I'm going to create the tool. I'm going to develop the tool. So I started the process of developing the tool. And then people started buying it. People started buying the tool, and I was like, oh my God. And people started leaving positive reviews about the tool, and people started saying how this tool changed their life. So now if you go into LinkedIn and you install the Chrome extension, you see on the bottom where it says comment, you can write here a comment. You see it says tell them what you love. Do you see that on the bottom here? I can select the EVAI logo. I can select my persona, in this case, Joe Apfelbaum. I can select 3.5 or 4. I'm going to select 4 because it's a little smarter. I'm going to press generate. What it's going to do is it's going to read the post automatically, and it's going to suggest a comment. So Shmuley, it's not losing the point of LinkedIn because I want to comment, but I don't want to sit down and type everything, and it knows who I am. So this is what I would write if I was going to leave a comment. Indeed, Renee, the power of personal planning cannot be overstated. As CEO, because I'm a CEO, I found that setting clear intentions and actions for the week are not only brings clarity, but also drives desired results. It's a transformative practice that aligns perfectly with personal development, a field I'm deeply passionate about. Okay, now you guys know that I'm passionate about personal development. I appreciate your call to invest in ourselves and the offer for a supportive community. It's a great reminder. Now I'm going to add to the end, boom, because that's what I do. Okay, and I press post, and I just wrote a nice little comment. Now I'm the only one that commented. You see, it says one comment. I am often the only one that comments on people's posts, and I comment with so much dedication and so much love. People absolutely adore it. People absolutely adore it, and it's really, really powerful. And I get a lot of top of mind because of this. And we have now over 1,000 people using it. My goal is to help 1 million people with this. I want to make a difference for 1 million people to use Chat GPT on LinkedIn. So I can change it. I can change it by prompting it. So up here, you have the ability to prompt it. And in this case, I'm going to say conversational. I'm going to tell it to use a conversational voice, and I'll make it less than 23 words. I'm going to press regenerate. And now, instead of it saying, Travis, I couldn't agree more, as a CEO, Travis, I loved your post. The content system is a game changer, blah, blah, blah. I press insert, a nice little comment over here. So although to some people, you guys feel like it's a fake word, this is not a fake world. This is me having somebody draft something for me. Did you know that for busy CEOs, most of the time when they're emailing you, an assistant is drafting what they want to say? Does that mean it's a fake world because the CEO himself didn't sit there and write? If you don't clean your bathroom and you have somebody clean your bathroom for you, does that mean that it's a fake world and you don't really have a clean bathroom? No, your bathroom's clean. You had somebody communicate for you and do it for you because this is hard work. So why not have an AI that you trained in your voice where you push the button and you help somebody out by leaving a comment?
So,
Why not
so,
leverage it?
so maybe I could, first of all, it's incredible to watch you do this stuff. So maybe I could just summarize what you said, and then maybe I just want to propose an idea, which is basically what you said is that people have tried out Chat GPT and with mixed results because they're not they're not training it properly. If you train your Chat GPT in advance, it will give you better results. I think that's the most important point that you said. And then the second thing I heard you say is that there's 9 different areas that you could do that. Once you train your Chat GPT, you could unleash it on 9 different areas. So maybe we could just make an example for each one of those 9 areas, show people how in each of the 9 different things.
I may not be able to get to all 9 now simply for the sake of time, but I am happy to show you guys some of those 9 to help you be able to do that. Now, there are 7 things that you can do with AI that we teach you how to do besides those 9 things inside our course. So we do have a course. And by the way, AI helped me come up with the concept for the course and helped me come up with the scripts for the videos for the course. And I've had over 1,000 people purchase and learn AI from my course. The course is available at newaicourse.com, a URL that ChatGPT helped me come up with as well. Okay. So just FYI, if you go to newaicourse.com, newaicourse.com, you can go ahead and buy the course anytime you like. But check this out. I'm going to take information from Yehoshua Wordy's website. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to train the AI now into who Yehoshua Wordy is. I'm going to say create a summary about Yehoshua Wordy. Now I'm going to take some more information from his about section over here. Do you see this? I'm going to copy this information right here. I'm going to press copy. I'm going to go back into ChatGPT. I'm going to paste it into the box. Oop. I don't know what happened over here. It said, I'm going to hit stop. I did, oh, by accident, I clicked on something. Okay, I'm going to start a new chat over here. I'm going to say, create a summary about this person, Yehoshua Wordy. I'm going to go back up here, copy this. I think I clicked on something by accident. It's okay. I'm going to click here. Oh, I clicked on one of those things. one of those boxes there by accident. Okay, I'm gonna just copy some more information over here. I don't know what happened here. Let me go back here. Let me go back here. Okay, let me grab some more information here. You're the founder of CHYE, the founder of the accelerator. I'm not gonna copy so much information about the accelerator. Founder and director of CHYE. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna paste this here and I'm gonna press go. Okay, I just got some basic information from LinkedIn. Rebecca said, I'm concerned that ChatGPT can lie. How can I trust a written word of ChatGPT? Well, you can ask it for its sources. That's part of what we teach inside the research part of what we tell you to do. Now, do you see the way it put in a little summary about Rabbi Wardy? Create bullet points and a detailed summary about Rabbi Wardy. Include this info. Okay, so I'm just going to Google CHYE real quick just to see what comes up. CHYE. I'm going to click on the About section. I'm going to wait till it loads. About young entrepreneurs. Okay, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to wait till my computer responds to me. It's having a heart attack. Let's see if it goes. Okay, who we are, our values. Okay, I'm going to press Control A, Control C. Let's see if I can paste it in here. Still having a little bit of a heart attack. Maybe I'll close some of the things that I have open here so that it goes a little bit faster. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, my computer's having a conniption right now. Let me stop sharing my screen for a moment. But essentially what you want to do is you want to train the AI by copying and pasting information into the AI so that you can start building up each chat. So each chat needs to be trained because each chat's like a little baby. The AI doesn't really understand anything. It really doesn't understand anything unless you train it. So you have to start training it. So how do you train the AI? Is give it as much information as possible about the subject, tell it to summarize that information for you, and then once it summarized that information, then you tell it to do stuff for you, whether it's brainstorm, whether it's create content, whether it's summarize, whether it's anything like that. Create bullet points about Rabbi Wardy. Okay, so now I am going to share my screen again. Started working again. Do you see the way it's creating all the bullet points about Rabbi Wardy? You see that? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my JSON right over here. And I'm going to take this information right over here. And I'm going to say, ask Chat GPT to create a persona for you with this script. Use this format to create a persona for Rabbi Wardy. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. You see that? I'm copying that, Control C. And now what you're going to see is it's going to create a persona for Rabbi Wardy based on this particular script. Look at this. I'm going to paste this. And it's going to do it. Based on the provided Rabbi Wardy, here's a persona. Look at that. It's automatically putting it all into a JSON script for you. You see the way it's doing it? So one of the things that you can do is you can code with ChatGPT as well. Let's say you like a specific table or a specific format. You see something in a specific way and you want to copy that. You can take your information, train the AI, paste in somebody else's information, and it'll basically just mimic that. See that? Pretty cool, right? Now I can take this JSON and train anything I want, and it'll start doing things in the voice of Rabbi Wardy. This is next level stuff that it's doing over here. It's putting it all together beautifully.
But if somebody owns, basically what you're saying though is if you want to get the best results from ChatGPT, you basically want to pay a subscription and train it to know you, so that it holds this
you don't have to
information for you.
pay.
Because if you don't
You don't have to pay a
if you don't
subscription to
pay,
train it to know you. You could do it with 3.5. So check this out. I'm going to copy this right over here. I'm going to go into regular chat. I'm going to open up a 3.5 version. I'm going to say create. I'm going to say go like this. Check this out. I'm going to tell it to brainstorm. Remember I told you guys you could brainstorm? So I have a brainstorming prompt. Act as a brainstorming content marketing tool and provide me with 10 topics about to post on LinkedIn. Use the Spartan tone. Don't overuse jargon. Here's a background information from LinkedIn about Rabbi Word. Okay. So I'm just gonna paste this JSON that I got, and let's see what ideas it comes up. Check this out. It's coming up with very specific ideas about Rabbi Wordy. You see that? Because I programmed it about who Rabbi Wordy is. This is a brand new chat. This chat here is not related to this chat. This chat here doesn't know that the other chat exists. It's a completely new baby. It doesn't know anything about Rabbi Wordy, and the only reason it gave me all these amazing ideas about what Rabbi Wordy can post about is because I trained it. You see that? Now I can go into my app and I can train my app. If I go to app over here and I can click on personas on the left, app.eviai.com. I click on personas. I can create a new persona, add a persona. I can call it Rabbi Wordy. You see up here, Rabbi Wordy. I can click on person, industry, keywords. I can grab the keywords from the JSON I created. So I'm just going to paste this over here. Do you see that? I'm going to go to the keyword section. I'm going to copy these keywords because it already built the whole keyword thing for me. Copy. Paste. I'm going to do a professional tone. I press save. Okay, it must be within 500 characters. So I have too much information here. I'm just going to delete some of this right over here. I don't need all that. Save. Okay. I still have too many characters here in the persona. So I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit to make it have less characters than what it has here. I'm gonna delete this. Let's see if it does it still. Okay, it still doesn't let me do it. I'm gonna have to figure out why it's not letting me do this. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go back here and grab this information here. And let's see if this one works here. Control C, paste it in here, Control A, Control V, save persona. Okay, this way it's saved. Maybe it doesn't allow me to enter it because there's too many words in that one, but this little short one, it'll allow me to do it. I have to find out what the limitation is on that box. But now if I go into LinkedIn and I want to do anything on LinkedIn using my app or using Chat GPT, it's already trained. The persona is already in there. I don't have to train it every single time. So if I want to, for example, reply to a direct message in the voice of Rabbi Wordy, I can just go into my messages and I can select that particular persona and then reply as if I'm Rabbi Wordy. You get what I'm saying? Or if I have a page that represents Rabbi Wordy, so much for your please be so I can click on this little reply thing over here. I can select Rabbi Wordy as the persona, and I can do ChatGPT 4, which is a little bit smarter than 3, and now I'm able to reply as Rabbi Wordy. So it thinks it's Rabbi Wordy replying. It'll read the.
Now that we reached this point, maybe with the last 15 minutes, we should let people ask for their own personal businesses, like up from how they could integrate everything that you're saying.
Yeah,
there's a lot of information that's
guys,
over here.
100%. By the way, what I would recommend doing is using ChatGPT. So somebody asked Joe, how do I access ChatGPT? What's the difference between ChatGPT and OpenAI? Let me stop sharing my screen for a second so you guys could see me. OpenAI is an organization. They are an organization that created ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT is a product by OpenAI. They have many products. They have DALL-E 2, where you can create images. They have products that transcribe audio. They have lots of different products. It's an AI organization. In 2017, Google gave OpenAI their technology to create something called a transformer. The transformer is what is able to understand our natural language and turn it into programming. That's what it's called, GPT, generative pre-trained transformer. Generative means it generates things from nothing. Pre-trained, it means it was trained on a certain amount of parameters, certain data, like scientific papers, like Wikipedia, like the entire internet, like millions of books. It has 175 billion parameters. So it's pre-trained. 3.5 is pre-trained on 175 billion parameters. 4 is trained on 1.7 trillion parameters. So it has a lot more information, is a lot smarter. It just takes longer. So GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Transformer means it knows how to speak like a human. Okay. So GPT, the concept of GPT, they came out with GPT version 1, 2017, 2018, GPT 2, 2019, 2020, and then 3 came out in 2021, and then 3.5, 2022, that was a whole nother level. That's when ChatGPT was born. And then 4 came out this year, and when they come out with 5, it's really going to blow your mind. Now ChatGPT can already see. So you can upload an image and it knows what the image is. It knows everything it says on the image. So let's say, for example, I see this box over here of gloves. You guys can't see the box of gloves, but there's a box of gloves in my hand. And I want to take a picture of it and I want to type up everything that's in the back of the box. And I want to change it to put it on my box of gloves. I can take a picture of the box, upload it there, say type it up, but type it up as if it's in my business. Or you can take a screenshot of someone's website. Let's say you can't copy and paste. Take a screenshot, paste it into ChatGPT. It knows what it says there. It's really amazing, really smart. Can AI remember your persona? It can. There is custom instructions you can give ChatGPT with the both free and paid account that allows you to remember who you are. But it doesn't remember what happened from one chat to another chat. It will remember custom instructions if you give it custom instructions. Shmuley said, I find that chats kind of collapse after a while. Yes, it does collapse, Shmuley. And the reason why it collapses after a while is because it's only sending back a certain amount of parameters. It's only sending back a certain. So if you take a chat and you chat really, really a lot with it, it's going to forget the first things that it said earlier. So what you want to do is you can say every once in a while, you can say, summarize this conversation, what was said so far. And then in the next chat, you take that summary, you throw in the summary, and then you ask it more questions, or you start a new chat with that summary. Okay, so that's why it's important. By the way, you'll notice that when ChatGPT chats, it actually summarizes itself in the next chat because it's streaming the information. So it's kind of feeding itself and thinking about the things as it says it about the last thing because it can't go back and remember lots of information. So Shmuley, you're 100% right. Can you explain what JSON is? I wrote a whole course on what JSON is using ChatGPT. So JSON is essentially language that has variables in it. So you can, lots of different types of variables so that you can communicate with the AI in a way where it knows what each thing is. So let's say you want to say that title and you have 3 different titles or businesses and you have 3 different businesses. You can create a container called business or businesses, and then you can have business 1, business 2, business 3 inside that container. And so it's a way that ChatGPT and many other programming languages are able to communicate. Store information like variables. Jason says, can you give me one example of what you can do with Rabbi Wordy's JSON? Well, one example is I can brainstorm. Another example is I can do research. Another example is I can create strategies. Another example is I can create content. I can summarize information. There's a lot that I can do with it, and I'll show you some more in just a minute. Shmuley says, ChatGPT allows customers. Go ahead.
What are businesses doing with ChatGPT, like to up their business?
Number one is they're doing research. Okay, so you could take a lot of information and do research on your business, on your competitors. So for example, I have a woman who wanted to come up with a dating app. And she wanted to figure out what the other dating apps are doing and what she can do differently. She went into ChatGPT with my guidance, and I helped her identify what is all the different dating apps doing to be able to solve this problem. And she ended up coming up with an idea that's going to be $1 billion dating app, a new dating app idea, a new business. And she raised $500,000 already. And a lot of the stuff that she used to raise the money was because of ChatGPT. So you can use it to raise money. You could use it to research. You could use it to come up with that. Let's say, for example, guys, tell me a business problem that you have right now that you want me to solve for you using ChatGPT. Put it in the chat right now. Say, Joe, I'd like to create a speech for the next event that I have. And tell me a little bit about the event. I'd like to come up with ideas for a name for my new business. I'd like to come up with a plan to save money on taxes. I'd like to figure out what's the best stock to do in small caps for today's market, whatever. There's so much you can do. I need more suppliers. Okay, I love that. Shlomi, tell me about your business real quick. Gershon said prospecting. Okay, so tell me a little bit about what type of businesses you're looking for, so that I understand. Cayman says, he says, know how if there's a market for new online education company. Cell phone, Shlomi said. Shlomi said cell phone. Any more suppliers for cell phones? Okay, so check this out. Let me go in here. Let me go here. I'm going to create a new chat. I'm going to say I am a cell phone company that sells new and used cell phones to stores. I misspelled the word cell phones. I need more suppliers. Can you give me 10 examples of suppliers I can call today, and also give me ideas for where I can find those new suppliers for my cell phone business? Okay, let's just see what happens. Cell phone distributors, wholesalers, manufacturers, liquidation companies, online marketplaces, refurbishing companies, online searches, industry associations, social media, trade magazines, networking events. Does this make sense to you, Shlomi? Was this helpful, right? Helpful or not helpful in the chat? Okay, stop smoking. Lawyers who want to stop smoking, Rebecca said. Oh, I love that. Shlomi said helpful. Okay, cool. Let's go back on top over here, prospecting. Let's look at someone who said prospecting, because that's really helpful. Tell me more about, okay, finding new clients in service or financial planning. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. I'm actually going to look up Gershon's information here on LinkedIn real quick so I can just train it properly. Gershon Haft, MBA. So this is Gershon Haft's profile. Okay, Gershon, welcome to my world. I'm going to drop you in Chat GPT right now. Check this out, guys. So Gershon wants more clients, okay? I'm going to go in here, copy and paste this into Chat GPT. I'm going to use Chat GPT 4, which is a little bit of a smarter one. And I'm going to say, create a prospecting plan for Gershon. I'm going to first say, act as a sales coach with 20 years experience in the financial industry for financial advisors. And create a plan for Gershon Haft. Let me just get some more information about your business over here, about what you're passionate about. Boom. Copy this. You see the way I'm selecting information right from your LinkedIn and pasting it in? Now I'm going to look for the company you work for, see if I can get some information. I see you're a partner at Climate Financial. Perfect. I'm going to copy this information right over here. I'll paste it in here. And let's see what it can come up with. Okay, so now it's going to come up with a prospecting plan for Gershon Haft as a coach. So let's say you paid a coach $1,000 to come up with a plan, or $5,000. This is what the coach would come up with. Identify your target market. So high net worth individuals, small business owners, leveraging executives across industries, leverage existing networks, educational workshops. And by the way, are you doing any educational workshops and seminars, Gershon? Not yet? Or yes, you are?
Yeah, with Crown Heights Young Entrepreneurs, but not me.
Amazing. Oh yeah, really? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, I will at 3 o'clock. Let me call you back. I'm just finishing the webinar.
I can hear you, Rabbi
I know
Wardy.
you want to know about the course.
Rabbi Wardy, I can hear you.
Right.
Please don't say
Okay.
anything personal.
Sure. Okay.
Don't say anything private. I can totally hear you. So can Chat GPT. Okay. Okay, good. So now what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say, considering the fact that you want to target high net worth individuals, okay, Gershon would like to target high net worth individuals. Can you create a detailed ICP for him to use Sales Navigator to find these people based on demographics, geographics, and psychographics, and include filters he can use to find them, and a in-mail message with a subject line and a message that is not salesy and is conversational to get people on the phone. All right, let's just see what it does. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's see what it does. Ideal client profile, high net worth individuals, demographics, CEO. So it's basically giving you all the things to search for in Sales Navigator. It's giving you the, by the way, if you guys are finding this helpful, give me a boom in the chat, BOOM. If you guys are liking what you're seeing here so far, give me a boom in the chat, a little bit of boom in the room. You can never have enough boom in the Zoom or boom in the room. So let's see what it did. Okay, geographic tells you exactly where to target these people because of your location, specific zones. Psychographics, it tells you the interests, associations, and behaviors. It tells you the specific filters to use in Sales Navigator. It tells you the in-mail message to use and the subject line. Now, do you want it to create a 5-step sequence, email automation sequence? Okay, let's try that. Create a 5-series email automation to send out to these high net worth individuals. Keep each message short and share insights and give me 2 subject line options per email. Let me know what interval to send the emails at. Okay. Now, again, I could have included tone. I could have included so many different things. But look at that. It's going to create an entire email series with subject line options from A to Z for you, Gershon. So this way, you can use a tool like Apollo, which we train in our Sales Navigator Bootcamp. And if you go to salesnavbootcamp.com, we teach you the 5 different ways to use Sales Navigator. We have one coming up in February, salesnavbootcamp.com. Shmuley says, fine, take my boom. Rebecca says, boom, but even more helpful is if you choose me, finding attorneys who might be interested in hypnotherapy to stop smoking. I love that. I love that. Okay, let me find your LinkedIn profile. Rebecca Barris. Let me find her. Okay. Rebecca Barris.
It would be Ronnie Barris.
Oh, really? Ronnie, R-O-N-I? Just like that?
RONNIE.
Okay. Oh, all right. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Ronnie's here. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Ronnie Barris right over here. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to copy this. Same thing, right? You go in here, you press new chat. So it's not going to know who I am. I'm going to say, create a professional prospecting plan for Ronnie Barris to find attorneys who need his services on LinkedIn. Okay, so I was I didn't give him that much information about you. I basically just gave him your name and what you do. And let's see what it does. Number 1 is it tells you to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so let's go to your LinkedIn profile and see if you've done that. You have not done that. Your LinkedIn profile stinks, Rabbi. So you got to get a better LinkedIn profile, okay? And it's telling you all the different things to do. Then the second thing is it tells you to research and build a list. You got to search attorneys, use LinkedIn's advanced search functionality. Then it says initial connection request. By the way, you can send people connection requests. So I'm going to connect with you, Ronnie. I'm going to press connect. And I'm going to use my Chat GPT tool to actually draft a connection request for me, so I don't have to think about what to say. So I'm going to use Joe Apfelbaum's persona. I'm going to press generate. It's actually going to read your profile and create a special connection note, so I don't have to think about what to say in the connection note. And once it generates a connection note, I'm just going to say, as a fellow entrepreneur and lover of personal development, I admire your dual roles in real estate and entertainment. I believe we can really share insights, and particularly around leveraging LinkedIn for business growth. Are you open to connecting? Boom. So it included your name, it included everything, and ChatGPT wrote up that connection note for me, just like that. Ronnie, oh, that's correct. Rebecca said, oh, Ronnie. Okay, good. Perfect. All right. We are at 3 o'clock. I just want to thank everybody for joining me here today and let you know that I am here if you have questions. And I just really appreciate everybody's time. We had so many people that joined here today. We had 24 people that came here to learn how to use ChatGPT. Remember the following. You got to not be afraid of AI. You got to learn how to communicate with it, and you got to figure out the issues in your business you want to solve with it. If you do those 3 things correctly, you're going to be much more successful. Now, guys, don't leave, because I want you guys to debrief with Rabbi Wardy about what you guys just learned.
But before you do that, first of all, the 9 things you listed, is there a list somewhere that we could share with them,
Yes.
those 9 things?
If you go to newaicourse.com, newaicourse.com, I list out all those 9 things because each one of those 9 things is a module in our course. So you could look at the overview. We actually have an example video there as well as one of the tutorials of how to use Chat GPT and Otter to create systems and processes for your business. So go there and watch that video on the bottom of the website, newaicourse.com, and it'll list out everything where it says the modules, brainstorming, research.
Yeah, it took me to Evergreen. If I put that in,
Yeah,
it's supposed to take me to Evergreen.
evergreen.com/AI. It's the same thing. It's evergreen.com/AI. It's just easier for people to remember if I say newaicourse.com. So do you scroll down? Do you see it says all the 9 things there?
Yeah.
So it breaks it down one at a time. So you can go there, read that, look at it, and that's where you can learn exactly what to do step by step.
Okay.
And I'm here for you guys. If you guys have questions, hit me up on LinkedIn. Check out my tool, eviai.com. The reason I created that, and it's available for free, is for people that they can start leveraging LinkedIn and start doing things. If you want to upgrade, you can always upgrade. It's $29 to upgrade, and you get unlimited access and you get GPT-4. And it helps you write posts. It helps you save profiles. It helps you leave comments on strategic profiles. It's a really useful tool. It's, if you want to pay for the year, it's $180 for the year right now. We're offering us 50% off for the year for EviAI. And look, I'm here to support you guys if you ever need anything. So thank you for joining me here today.
Thank you.
Let me look. I really appreciate it. So is there anything specific that you guys learned that you want to share?
That prospecting technique, that was so much information to take in at once, but I'm excited to redo that and see what I can do. That was incredible.
Amazing. Anybody else?
Well, first of all, that idea of creating your persona for ChatGPT to know. So aside from on your tool, you put it in and it saves. If you have your own ChatGPT, you can't. There's no area where you put your personality.
There is
that
on the bottom.
into?
On the bottom next to your name, you can click on the 3 little dots and click on custom instructions, and you can give it some background information over there.
And then it saves it forever.
It saves it for every chat. Yeah, it saves it for every chat. But every chat is still a new chat.
Right.
It won't remember from one chat to another chat.
So that JSON you made of me, can you still have it? Can you send it to me?
Not only that, I can send you the whole chat of how I made the JSON. I can actually, you can share every chat. There's a share button on top. You can share that link. I will send you that in WhatsApp after we're done with this. I actually have a sales call right now that I have to run to, but I just want to say thank you very much for everybody for being here. Remember that the fortune is in the follow-up. So take courses, hire people, invest in yourself, and you're going to start learning this stuff and implementing it in your life. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you guys soon. Boom.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming and for enjoying. This was recorded. We'll share the recording hopefully in the next day or so. And God willing, next month, the next topic, we're actually going to be doing a very interesting topic. It's going to be tax strategies for small business owners. People think, tax strategies are only for big businesses, but actually we have an amazing accountant who's going to be talking about how small businesses and even sole proprietors could use tax strategies to save money on their taxes and to improve their income. So we'll see you in a month. Everyone have a wonderful week. All the best.